want to talk a little bit about the last 6 weeks. I have been on a journey with a new workout program, with a new nutrition protocol, and a couple other things as well. But when it comes to the health journey, it's really those two things. And so I, of course, had these great expectations of having these amazing, before and afters. You always see those before and afters. And I gotta tell you, I got nothing. And it's tough. It's not easy. And I talk a lot about making sure that, you're not focused on the scale, not focused on measurements, and that it's really the mental journey, and that is all true, and I fully believe that. But it doesn't mean it isn't jarring. Doesn't mean that it's not jarring, and it doesn't mean that you don't have some other expectations. So here's the thing. It's all a process. The whole thing is a process. After 6 weeks, I've learned a lot of things, and I spent a lot of time yesterday and today kind of unpacking, if you will, what this means for me in my journey. And when it comes to the nutrition changes, I talked quite a bit about that. Oh, it's funny, you can barely see Remy's little face. I talked a lot about the nutrition changes, some of the diet things that I was doing with the experimentation, and all of that has been amazing. I, again, have not seen the results that a lot of people have seen, so clearly there is something still blocking me, whether that's inflammation or something else. I am very weight loss resistant, especially with the autoimmune disease, so I am continuing with that because there were so many other great things that I learned through that journey, and still learning through that journey, in terms of gut health, and really tuning into my body and figuring out what feels good, what doesn't feel good, in terms of things that I eat, and figuring all of that out and continuing to figure that out. So that I'm continuing to explore. I am 6 weeks into an 8-week pretty intense workout program. It's only half an hour long, but it's really intense, and I am going to stop that one and move on to something a little bit more gentle to my body. So I am not quitting. I am not going to finish that program, because part of the thing that you have to do is, if things aren't working, you need to evaluate. You need to evaluate what's not working and why, and make adjustments then. So the nutrition piece is working to some degree. The workout piece, I think, is just too intense. I'm feeling like I'm having a lot of autoimmune flare-up because of some other stress things that are happening as well, and that can really compound for anyone, but particularly with the autoimmune side. So I am going to need to switch to something a little bit more gentle, which is fine. It is frustrating, I'm not gonna lie, because I was very excited about finishing that program beginning to end, but I just don't think it's the best thing for me at this time. So the bottom line is this. I am at the point in the process where you need to evaluate. You always need to be evaluating what is working and what is not working. Because it doesn't make a lot of sense to keep beating your head against the wall if something is not working, and you need to change it. So that's what I am doing, and that's what I'm going to talk about this week. I am still figuring out what that means exactly, what exactly I'm going to be changing, and what I'm going to be focusing on the most. And so I'll share with you later this week what that all means and how you can join me on that journey. But that is the lesson, is you always have to be evaluating and try and take the emotion out of it, which can be hard. Took me a while. But evaluate and change if you need to change.